What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here. Today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 leaks because this campaign is sounding like it might be absolutely amazing. Now, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a sequel to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one that we got with Clean House and just the awesome campaign. This is all focusing on the campaign stuff, none of the multiplayer crap, none of the Warzone stuff. And it's looking really dark and gritty. This is coming out in 2022, and it's going to be done by Infinity Ward again. Now, this thing had a leak about a couple of months ago talking about it's going to be against the drug cartels. Kind of like full Sicario mode. Really gritty, really realistic, and really awesome. And that super piqued my interest because I love all the Sicario movies, and the whole cartel war is just absolutely insane. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is the Gore System. This is based off, they're going to go for a hyper-realistic Gore. So bullets will do damage based off their caliber. So 9mm, you know, little holes, kind of okay exit holes. Rifle rounds, big exit holes. You know, shotguns, 50 cals, you're going to lob off limbs and things like that and do a lot of damage. And if somebody's used a 50 cal in a war, I'll tell you that, it's never pretty no matter where you hit them. Now, the cool part is, on top of this, they're kind of, you know, your enemy, when you shoot the AI, won't go unconscious immediately sometimes. So they'll wriggle around, bleeding everywhere, calling for their mom, screaming in pain, adding to that psychological mindfuck that they're kind of going for. Because this is going to be a dark campaign. It's against the cartels. It's going to be dark, especially if they're saying it's going to be like Sicario. I mean, you can only imagine. And it's kind of adding to that psychological aspect of it, trying to make it realistic, you know, bullets actually doing damage and kind of, you know, caliber matters, shot placement matters, things like that. One thing I would like to see, though, is they did a lot with this where hostages would actually go for weapons. And I would like to see that maybe if you leave someone still bleeding out and moving around behind you and you keep going, maybe they'll crawl to a weapon and start shooting you again. I'm going to kind of say that that might actually be a thing that they do, because knowing what they did with Modern Warfare, we're probably going to get the same thing when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. One of the next things they're talking about doing is a moral system, kind of similar to Red Dead Redemption 2, where you have a moral compass based off your actions. It's kind of how certain things play out. That's what they're trying to do with this. So there will be a few moments in the game that will be decided, or you'll get different outcomes based off your moral compass. Either you've been good or you've been bad. Will completely change certain outcomes when it comes to the campaign. This I like because it offers massive replayability, because there could be tons of different options in multiple different levels or moments in the campaign based off of how you reacted to different situations earlier in the campaign. This I like because the campaign never really has replayability sometimes. I mean, certain missions do, like Clean House, because they're awesome, but adding that moral system into it, you could get a whole bunch of different outcomes into the campaign, which is something awesome, because Call of Duty campaigns are mainly why I play the games to begin with. I'm not really big into the multiplayer as I used to be, and Warzone's, well, Warzone. Now, the campaign's being described as a no-winner of this story, and taking the fact that it is going to be based around drug cartels, you can kind of see where they're going with this. They used words like gritty, unrelenting, grim, gruesome, and brave, which is leading me to believe that they're going to try to show this type of conflict in the most realistic way possible, even though it is going to be dark as hell. Nothing about war is fun. Nothing about war is really positive. It's always just super grim, super shitty. And like moments in Clean House where you see the baby and it kind of gives you that reality check. If the fact that they're taking Modern Warfare, the grittiness that they had in that, and they're going to crank it up to an 11, is just going to show you like how crazy this is absolutely going to be. Now, they did mention weapons a little bit and state that the state-of-the-art weapon dynamics and revised interactivity is coming, and it's only specific to campaign. Now, no real details onto that, but it could mean that you're getting like a high ready, low ready. You're going to be able to change weapon stances, maybe even shoulders mid-firefight. So, you know, that's a big thing that a lot of games miss out on. Or even maybe customization, or being able to take suppressors off and on, put suppressors on, you know, and move suppressors like that. Change the IR mode of your laser, your PEC box, things like that. I would really like to see them go into way crazier detail on the weapons, and it sounds like that's exactly what we're going to try to do, or maybe even out of the actual game, and you know, your preloads, you can change your loadout and actually choose weapons based off of that, based off of caliber, maybe your ammo that you're taking, hollow points, or armor piercing, because you're gonna have guys with vests and things like that, or change the optics, the placement of the optics, the eye relief of the optics. There's a lot of possibilities with that statement, and a lot of them sounds kind of like they might be going for the super high realistic variants of, customizing your weapon, or even your weapon movements, and how your character, moves your weapon around based off of, perceived threats. There's also talk of adding weapon jam animations. Within combat, there are moments the weapon will jam, causing the operator to jerk the bolt, wasted bullets, and you'll actually be able to go retrieve the round that you cleared from the jam. So you'll be able to kind of look on the ground, pick the round up, take it with you, put it back in a mag, things like that. This is going to add a whole new variation of it. I know a lot of people hated it in Tarkov, but in a single-player environment, it's a welcome change. I'll take it in a single-player environment. It adds just an extra realism to it, and you'll be able to check if there's a round in the chamber, things like that. So that's just going to add a bit more realism to the game, which I'm liking, and I like the sound of it. When we start getting stuff like that, you can kind of tell that they're kind of going the extra mile with the campaign. One of the things that hit me pretty hard with the leaks was that during high-intensity moments, your character's going to react accordingly. So, like, your vehicle's been ambushed all of a sudden, you're taking hostile fire, your character's visibly shaken up. Like, you're struggling to insert your mag, your hands are trembling, heavy breathing, swallowing, and your voice is quivering during callouts. This is going to be like their realism mode. And this, to me, is the biggest psychological, realistic mindfuck ever, because there have been moments where I caught myself like with a quiver or like a squeak, even though we're all doing our thing and we're, trying not to show any emotion. You can't really stop that part, to be honest. That's kind of one of those things. And I've seen people shake and, react kind of, in a physical way, even though they're kind of emotionally kind of shutting it all out. And this, to me, is the biggest thing. If they're going to go that fucking deep into it, and they're going to get to that psychological, emotional, and, even physical aspect of it, they're really going all out with this. Like, if this is all true, this is probably going to be the most gritty, realistic campaign Call of Duty's ever going to do. And it's going to be real, real hard to top. Now, these leaks are from a pretty credible source, and a lot of people have actually kind of verified it from other credible sources, and it seems like this is the route that it's going. Now, I had a lot of high hopes when I heard that it was going to be like Sicario going for the war on drugs, because that just seems like a logical, gritty place to take it when they're going for this realism and things like that. And then every other thing I see in this leak just goes to show that they're going really hard on it. Like, this is going to be a very, like, one of those memorable campaigns, like, you're talking about no Russian, but on steroids. And to me, it's getting me excited. I haven't been excited for a Call of Duty game in a while. I mean, Lord have mercy, this Vanguard thing looks like it's going to turn into a fucking crock of shit. But this is what I'm talking about. You get a lot of companies now that are saying, fuck single player, we're not doing campaigns anymore, focus on multiplayer. But to see kind of like a focus being put on making a really, really good, dark, deep campaign is refreshing. And to see it in a Call of Duty game, out of all the other genres and IPs that are out there, is really cool. I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that it's everything that we want and more, and it's like one of those audible gasp type campaigns. I would really like to see that, because, a lot of things are sugar-coated in games when it comes to warfare, and war, it shouldn't be sugar-coated. People should really, especially in games, I mean, you have the perfect medium to paint war for what it really is, and it really looks like they're trying to do that, and I hope they do. I hope they kind of give that aspect and show that aspect of war for a lot of gamers, because it's the campaign. You multiplayer, you can't really do certain things because it's multiplayer, but for campaign, you can do whatever the hell you want, and it looks like they're really going for it, man, and I really hope they are. But I want to hear your thoughts. Do you want to really see the dark, true-to-life, realistic fight against cartels, or do you kind of want it, babied down a little bit? You want it watered down and kind of, a little more palatable. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You like these leaks? You like what you see? You want more of it? Let me know. I really am interested to hear what you guys think. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.